You can come around. Okay, you good? Okay. Just want to make sure everybody who wants to sit can sit. Good. Welcome, everyone, to the 5-Minute Fringe Festival. Our theme this year is Wonder. My name is Vicki Haller-Graf, and I'm the Artistic Director of the Reading Theater Project, and I am delighted to have such a full house and full of people who love theater almost as much as I do. We want to thank the Arts Council, Berks Arts, and the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts, and the Reading Musical Foundation for their year-round support of the work that we do. And our donors, many of you tonight are donors to the Reading Theater Project, and many more people in our community. And we cannot do this work without all of you, really. And we just want to thank you, and thank the Arts Council and Reading Musical Foundation for everything. So thank you for that, for making this work possible. If you would like to donate, there's a QR code in your program, or you can see me after the show to throw money at me or give me a check or whatever. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what to expect tonight. The 5-Minute Fringe is a series of new work. So what you'll see tonight is music, dance, theater, monologues, and some things that defy you know what I mean. Categories. Good. So this is all new work. This is all work that's connected to the theme of wonder, but each artist found a different point of connection. So you may see connections that we haven't seen yet, and that's part of the wonder of this production. Each piece is different, and each piece is, we call it like your personal fringe. So what's fringe to me, like what sort of challenges me as an artist, might be different from another person or any of you. So what you'll see tonight is, it sort of runs the range. This is one of our favorite productions of the year for that reason. There is no intermission. This production runs about 80 minutes. If you need to leave for any reason, we just ask that you wait until between scenes. There's like a blue light that will come on, and that's the safest time to leave. After the show, if you'd like to get another glass of wine or any Sweet Street desserts, we'll have that for sale in the lobby. And then we hope that you'll stay for a talk back with the artists who are involved in the show. In the next week, we'll send out an email with a survey for your feedback about the production. Just like all the artists involved, we really thrive off of your feedback, your observations, and we want to keep doing Fringe for a long time, so your feedback will help. If you like tonight's show, please tell your friends. We have a show tomorrow night at 7:30 and Sunday at 2 p.m., and your connections help us to reach more people. Lastly, please turn off your phone. And there's no photography. We have a videographer in the house, so you don't have to do that. We will take care of it. And I just want to say for the first piece tonight, it's music, and you are invited to close your eyes if you are comfortable and just take it all in. So with that, please enjoy the 5-Minute Fringe.
yellow and blue dots on the pure white Wonder Bread wrapper. I mean, like dots of happiness, like a celebration. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? The child in all wants to be invited to join. A balloon, a bubble, a circle, or a dot with an invisible string, like a runway model sashaying in every gust of wind. It is just perfect. Round and round, tumbling, gliding, sailing amongst the clouds. It really makes you smile. I think that's the best part of it, the sharing of fun. Yeah, somebody really knew what they were doing. You remember that commercial for Skippy peanut butter? The slow, slow roll of creamy deliciousness across the slice of white bread had you wondering if the pantry held both Wonder Bread and Skippy. Oh, no lumps, no bumps, just as smooth as icing on a cake or slipping on ice. Or, oh my gosh, pulling on a new pair of socks. Oh. I wonder if anybody knows my secret. I still buy Skippy. I don't buy Wonder Bread, though. Not because I wasn't invited to the party, but because it's found on the lowest shelf at the grocery. I guess the thinking is wonder can be found wherever you look for it, from top to bottom. Still, although I seldom hesitate trying to get my shopping done as fast as I can, I do pause when I see the balloons, bubbles, circles, or dots of red, yellow, and blue. And I think that in my hurry, getting lost in the clouds is not on my list this day. After all, reality happens. Balloons burst, bubbles burst, circles make you dizzy, dots are what you see when you're told you have a floater passing by. And balloons fly out of your grasp. Where I am now, and the destination of that party, well, it's all part of this story. I wonder if the brand advertiser ever dreamed that this would be forever embedded in my TV land recall. I wonder that here I am writing of an impression that has stayed with me for most of my lifetime. There are worse things than that. I wonder. I wonder, as I hurry to my car, and return my empty cart, if anybody saw me enter the grocery once more. I wonder if anybody saw me go over and try to grab the Wonder Bread from the lowest shelf. Just for old time's sake, I reach down and grab a new memory. That's a good one, too. I wonder if the dots connecting past, present, and future are all part of the bigger circle. I wonder, it's a wonder. Now I wonder why. As I take a bite out of my Skippy peanut butter and Wonder Bread's deliciousness, why I ever wondered at all.
Your Highness, you mustn't venture outside after nightfall. The mountains hold dangers that, this is a big note. Listen, you mustn't travel outside. There are dangers beyond our imagination.
What dangers, Beatrice? You always speak of goblins and their mischief, but I've never seen them.
The goblins, they hide in the shadows, unseen but ever watchful.
Why are they hiding?
Oh, well, it's a long story. The details are shrouded in mystery, but they once lived underground, pleasantly living underground, happily living underground, but there was a disagreement with the past king.
What disagreement could be so grave that it made the goblins hide away?
No one knows. I said it's shrouded in mystery. You needn't go bothering it.
I don't believe they're as terrible as you say, Beatrice. I want to see for myself.
I beg you to reconsider. It is not of your kind. I beg you to reconsider because also the goblins, they're mean and they're getting more and more vile and dangerous, and they'll torture anyone who crosses their path.
Look, Beatrice, I will not be a prisoner in my own palace. I will find these goblins and I will understand their plight, and perhaps there's a way to mend a rift between our worlds.
Princess, I beg you, please, you must reconsider. It's too dangerous. And like I said, they will torture anyone, even a princess as yourself, who crosses their path.
Beatrice, I appreciate your concern, but there has to be a way to bring harmony between our worlds, even if that means facing the goblins in darkness.
Princess, your heart is so noble. But one last time, I'm going to ask you, please reconsider.
Beatrice, I appreciate your concern, truly, but I can't let fear dictate my actions. There has to be a way to bring harmony between our worlds.
Please promise me one thing then, Princess. Please be cautious.
I promise, Beatrice. Now, you should get some rest, and I will retire to bed shortly.
As you wish, Your Highness. But, should you need anything at all, I'll be just outside.
Yes, we're pushing folks on overtime, but that's a good thing. We're busy.
Well, see, that's your point of view, Mr. Plant Manager. I happen to see things a little differently, a little bit more like what I see here, probably. So right now, you believe in your crap, okay, and I'll believe in mine. Only difference
Right.
is, right now, federal labor laws still allow us to organize.
Reza, are you going to let Ella speak for you this whole night?
Yeah, boss. That's the idea.
You know, I could ask her to leave. I'm well within my rights to ask her to leave the property.
I just talked to the fence. Then I can just talk to all the other ladies anyway.
Are you sure your coworkers are going to listen to you?
I think I can answer that one, Tom. She's a leader. Those ladies love Reza, almost every one of them.
Yeah, almost.
All right, fine, almost. I can live with 85 to 90%. Can you?
Look, Reza, some of your coworkers think, well, they think there's something strange going on.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, like strange things happening on the floor.
Oh, you mean like women not obeying men? That kind of strange?
Reza knows what I'm talking about. Not political or workers' rights strange, but strange. Strange.
Tom means special things.
Weird things.
Come on now, are you serious? You can't be serious here.
So, by strange or weird, are you saying that things are different now? Because they are different now, Mr. Tom. We do need some changes. And that's why I asked Miss Ella here.
Different, yes. But they're saying things are going on the floor that can't be explained and it's making them uneasy. So, I'm going to stick with strange.
Life could be strange for everybody. Here and there depends on the timing.
Okay, both of you, I'm not going to let you get derailed off this conversation here, okay? So let's come back to the issues at hand, all right, Mr. Berge? The reason we are having this little chat, the reason we are here, all three of us taking this little risk together, right?
So we're back to Mr. Berge now, huh?
Yeah, we should probably be done with this little off-the-record chat, too. This little conversation, three-way here isn't getting us anywhere, unless...
Hold on a second, Ella. Reza, some of your co-workers, some of your real buddies on the floor, they think you have power.
She definitely has power. She's charismatic, and she's charming,
No,
and
no.
she's smart and brave.
No, powers.
What?
He means I can make things happen.
Well, you can. I mean, people listen to you. They pay attention.
No. Mr. Tom and some of the other ladies, they think that I can see something in my mind and that I can make it become real.
What?
Is it true, Reza?
Do you believe in such things?
You know what? It doesn't matter what I
It
believe.
does matter what you believe. You could believe in a witch. Want to know how?
Okay. So nobody's saying that, right? Are they?
Tell her, Reza.
Ella is a modern woman. I trust Ella. She doesn't want to hear about people's superstitions and old-fashioned things like that.
I mean, are you two putting me on here? I mean, you're just trying to break the tension, right?
I'm not putting anybody on. What about you, Reza?
Come on, hello, 21st century here. We are not really saying that. Okay. All right, you know what? Stop it, you two. We are here to talk about overtime rules and wage progressions at a snack factory. And we are doing this so that we can see if we can save everyone just a little bit of time and money.
Ella, where are you from originally?
I'm not sure where you're going with this, Tom, but I'm a Jersey girl originally. So you know what? Cut the crap and let's get...
Okay, some of the ladies here at Snackums, they are from El Salvador and Honduras and Haiti originally.
Stereotyping your own workers. Damn, these ladies do need a union. You know, I am really just disappointed in you tonight, Tom. I am just getting too old to keep doing this shit.
Okay, here's what I say. There are women who know things. Some know plants, herbs, medicine. natural things.
I'm sure, Marissa, but
But
this
there
is
are
not-
also women who can talk to animals a little bit. And sometimes you need a woman to make thoughts become real, come out of their head.
You see, Ella? You're from Jersey. I'm from Northeast Philly. Our brains just don't make those kind of connections anymore.
What in the hell is going on? We are not in Haiti or Honduras or somewhere, and you know what? I don't buy into that racist crap, okay? So, I don't care where any of us are from. You guys are just trying to bring in all this weird shit. I mean,
I'm sorry, Ella. We should have talked about this sooner. I know you have some questions.
Yep. You know what? I don't care where any of us are from. There, you know what? There is no such thing as
Magic powers?
Witchcraft?
okay, cut it out, both of you. This isn't funny. Next thing you're gonna tell me, little aliens, little gray aliens are baking the cookies in there, huh? No, you know what? Come on. I don't care where we're from. And we're just here trying to improve everyone's chances for the workplace, you know, really improving stuff and bringing it together, you know? And questions? No, I don't have any questions. Questions about witches or questions about magic? No. You and I, Raisa, we make our thoughts happen because we have a vision of economic justice. We unite to make things happen.
A few weeks ago, I heard about this woman in Allentown. Nothing special about this woman, except she had a husband who got sick. But before he got sick, she could smell that something was wrong with him. She could smell his sickness. We all have parts of our brains, our spirits, that we don't know how to use or understand.
No.
If I was a doctor, like PhD or something, and I would tell you about this woman in Allentown, you'd maybe believe me. Because you think it was science. They tested her, research people, like she was one of the strange ones, the unbelievers. They studied her like one of them rats or bunnies, and it turns out she could smell lupus and bipolar people too, early on.
So you're saying that's not a special power?
It's a kind of power. I don't question it, Mr. Tom.
Okie dokie. I made a mistake here. I should have just done everything by the book, met with everybody downtown on Manor Street, all the workers and everything, you know, just, nope, played it safe, but no. You know what? I'm sorry, Raisa. I don't think I can help you.
Breathe a little, Ella. All the lines went down, Mr. Tom, yes?
Rachel, what did,
What?
The
how?
power supply problem? I bet Joey and the other electricians could check it out. He could be back up in an hour, probably.
Okay, I've got to get back in there and see what's up. Reza, when you're done here, please just come back in. And you know the way to the gate. What do you think now, Ella?
I don't understand.
You don't have to, Ella. How? I don't know, really. I ain't damaged anything.
I am without words at the moment. Wow, Raisa, I really can't. You don't need me here.
What? It's not true, Ella. Take another breath. Ladies and I do need you here for the union. Look, it's a nice summer night. Hear how quiet it gets when the lines ain't running? Sure do like the smell of the ovens when we're making the cookies. The ladies will have to clean some product off the ovens and the chillers, you know, because of the loss of power. We'll have a little waste tonight, but it'll be fine.
Actually, I'm sorry, I don't. I thought I did. I was wrong. Let me back up. Have you heard of the spoon theory? Should I capitalize that? Would you even know? Spoon theory? You see that? Anyway, spoon theory. No, don't Google it. Go to butyoudon'tlook.sick.com and click the button that says the spoon theory. It's by a writer named Christine Miserandino about how people living with illness, she has lupus, in case you were wondering, have a fixed amount of energy to get through their day, spoons, and once they're out, they're out. Great, right? I mean, it explains so perfectly how we all have little reserves of energy to get through our day and reminds us to spend them wisely. But what about time? I mean, we all have limited amounts of that, don't we? 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 12 months in a year, 75 years in a lifetime. More than that if we're lucky. Less than that if. But we all have only so much time to get done everything we want to do. Everything we need to do. Get up, have breakfast, feed the kids, /dog, /cat, whatever. Shower, go to work, pretend to work. Come home, make dinner, watch TV, read a book, doom scroll while pretending you're reading a book. Go to bed, get up, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, where do we fit in anything else? I wish we had something to measure our allotment of time. Because we don't just spend energy on tasks throughout the day. We spend time. You know how Malcolm Gladwell said it takes 10,000 hours to become good at something? What am I saying? Of course you know that. Everyone knows that. It's a pop culture fact knowledge. Did you read his book? I didn't, that's for sure. But the point is that 10,000 hours has to come from somewhere. Like, let's say that you wanted to become good at, I don't know, delivering monologues in 10 years. That's 1,000 hours a year you have to spend perfecting that skill. 20 hours a week, almost 3 hours a day. Where is that 3 hours going to come from? Fewer showers? Less time with your family? I mean, your cat won't care, but if you have humans in your life, they'll want a piece of your day. Time, like energy, is a zero-sum game. Whatever we add to one activity, we take away from something else. It's the one thing people always wish they had more of, but can never get. And this is why I thought I had a few minutes. Because I stole from Christine Miserandino. A friend of mine, you don't know her, asked me if I wanted to go for a hike. I said, I could have said yes, but instead I said, I don't have the spoons. Now she understood, I think, and I'm sure she's having a lovely time, I bet, I hope. But here's the thing. I was lying. I did have the energy to go for a hike. I just didn't have the time. So what did I do? I straightened my apartment. I took the dog for a walk around the block. I checked Facebook. And then I checked TikTok. And then I checked Twitter. Yes, I still check Twitter. I'm sorry. It's a problem, I know, but I can't help it. And now I'm talking to you. And I feel awful. Not just because I passed up the opportunity to spend some time with my friend, but because I had bought myself 3 hours of my day back and then, poof, let it vanish in a flurry of non-activity. Because I don't value time. I don't value my time. And that means I probably don't value anyone else's. Not as much as I should. But if I thought of time like spoons, or chopsticks, or keys, or something concrete, tangible, you know? Maybe I would. Maybe I would finally learn to appreciate the finite quantity of seconds in my life and learn not to waste them. We need a solid metaphor to describe the passage of time. Not spoons, those are taken. But something like
Are you still there?
Oh. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I'm actually not interested in an extended warranty right now. Thank you for your
Nice music. Good choice.
Were you followed?
Eh? I think so. I kept seeing men in long leather coats and fedoras standing out in the shadows.
Well, if they were fully in the shadows, then you would know they're watching. They really want you to know they are watching. You should only be worried when you can't see anybody.
Striking swiftly, passing in only seconds, the tornado leaves behind it a path of incredible destruction, and all too often death. One of the most violent acts of nature, it is a major concern of the National Weather Service, part of NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. These are the danger signs. But the violent turbulence of the thunderstorm is the spawning ground of tornadoes.
Yes, folks, those are the real opening lines of a film I was forced to watch every April when I was in elementary school. It was called, creatively, Tornado. Don't forget the exclamation point at the end. Oh, and the grainy twister footage, and the howling winds, and the decimated houses. Who shows that kind of shit to third graders? We had drills, too. The alarm was more of a wail. That way we would know it wasn't a fire drill. Our teachers would steer us into the hallway. We'd line up, kneel against the wall with our hands like this. You know, because our 8-year-old hands would definitely protect our child-sized skulls from a concrete block blowing through the air at 200 miles an hour. Okay, it was Wisconsin. Spring was tornado season. It was the 1970s. None of these fancy Doppler radars we have now. Tornado warning meant someone had spotted one on the ground. So they surprised people all the time. I guess they hoped that if they made us more aware, we'd have better odds of not getting carried off to Oz. Here's the thing. I didn't need to be made more aware. My father saw to it that I learned about weather the way other kids learned their letters and numbers. My father, a Depression-era Michigan farm kid who graduated from high school at 15, who volunteered for the Army Weather Corps in February 1942, so he wouldn't have to go to the front lines, who divorced his first wife, remarried her, divorced her again, then married my mother. Just in case you're keeping score, it was my father's third marriage. It was my mother's fourth. At any rate, he brought that farm life and Army discipline to that marriage and to us, his children. Up at 5:30 a.m., 365 days a year. At the breakfast table at 6:30 a.m., 365 days a year. Yes, all of us. My sister Kelly and I were allowed to watch 1 hour of television a day. Sure, we could chew gum, but only on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We weren't allowed to snack between meals, except on Sunday nights when we could have popcorn and drink the one soda we were allowed each week. Things were no different when it came to the weather. When I was 10, my father gave me a book about Wisconsin weather, a book I pored over endlessly. He taught me about cloud formations and quizzed me about what I saw in the sky. Nothing made me prouder than when I could name the difference between cirrus and fair weather cumulus clouds. Let's review. Cloud quizzes, the tornado film, the tornado drills, and the annual television showing of The Wizard of Oz. Seriously? The tornado was way more fucking scary than the Wicked Witch. Anyway, it all added up to make springtime and early summer a veritable hell for me. Every violent thunderstorm turned me into a quivering, sobbing mess. I would huddle under my mom's dressing room table, clutching Melody, our equally anxious miniature schnauzer, shrieking every time thunder rattled the windows. My mother was impatient, dismissive. Oh, Beth, why do you always have to be so melodramatic? My father, unflappable. Even when the tornado warning slide flashed up on the television screen, he sat unperturbed in his red leather armchair, sipping his nightly Johnny Walker over ice and munching his cocktail peanuts. How could Daddy be so calm? Daddy, who could be so much like the weather he loved, unleashing on us with fury. Who could eviscerate you with a single question. What the hell are you standing around for? I don't know, Daddy. I'm 6. Who would spank you until you wet your pants if he caught you sneaking a piece of cheese out of the fridge after school? Daddy, who could be so much like the weather he loved, sparkling, achingly bright after the storm washed through, who took my sister and me on fishing weekends in a time when most dads only did that outdoorsy stuff with their boy children, who sat in a crowd of 37,000 screaming girls so I could see Sean Cassidy. The tornado never materialized. It never caught my family in a car in an open field or exploded my house in the dark of night. I think I believed that as long as my father sat in that chair, drinking his scotch and eating his snacks, we were somehow magically protected. Turns out the real storm wasn't a tornado. It was cancer. Like a tornado, it had its warning signs. A cough that wouldn't go away. Daddy, who knew when frequent lightning and a green sky and hail meant it was time to go to the basement, waited until it was too late to go to the doctor. It's nothing. Eventually, blood, surgery, radiation, chemotherapy. Like an F5, Daddy's death came swiftly, wiping the foundation of my life clean. When he was alive, life had predictability, consistency. After he died, the chaos played itself out in my dreams. Tornadoes followed me, and no one heeded my warnings. In my waking hours, like the good Midwesterners we were, we forged ahead. Mom flew to Michigan to bury Daddy, and my sister and I went back to school. The storm may have obliterated our family, but by golly, we were all going to sit down to dinner with the 3 unbroken dishes it had left behind. Mom outlived Daddy by 40 years and acquired 3 more husbands. In adulthood, my terror persisted, and my awe grew. These capricious monsters are terribly beautiful, tossing trains like matchbox cars, yet leaving a glass of water untouched on the counter of a demolished house. I learned all I could about tornadoes, as if trying to understand them would somehow protect me. As if trying to understand what I would never know about my father would protect me from the gaping hole he left behind. I learned what I wanted to be, what I didn't. Freed of gum days, and finally allowed a snack between meals, I built a life I am mostly proud of. One with fewer husbands than my mother's. Still, 43 years later, like anyone who has survived the storm, I wonder, what if it had missed us and struck someone else?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2024 candidates as we celebrate the 161st anniversary of the Gettysburg Address. First, let me introduce our incumbent. Icon of the Carnival Circuit from 1985 to 1990, creator of the Marriage Expo in 1992, and 3-time winner of the Mexpo Award for dedication to his craft, the one and only State Senator Frederick Burgers.
Hey, yeah, thanks for coming, ladies and gentlemen. I can count on your votes. I have much more experience than my worthy opponent, and a vote for Burgers is well done.
Now our challenger, looking to unseat Mr. Burgers, Pennsylvania native whose father, Alfred Rottenborn, was a trailblazer in the world of international holy water sales. Please welcome the only candidate to be convicted of regicide, Alfred Rottenborn Jr.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing that nation, or any other nation, so conceived and so dedicated, and long endure.
We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field
as a final resting place, so that that nation might live.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground.
The brave men who struggled and fought here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract.
The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here. But It can never forget what they did here. It is,
It is rather, for us the living, to be dedicated to the unfinished work with which these men have fought here and have so nobly advanced.
It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. Well, Rottenborn, why don't you take us home?
No.
No, I insist.
It's your line.
No, please. Go.
That this nation, under God, shall...
Ow! Shall have a new birth of freedom, and that governance of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Thank you.
I'll get you, burgers.
And the there is here, and we are they, and they are we, and theirs is ours, and ours is theirs, and ours are minutes and seconds are minutes, and hours are seconds, but seconds are hours, and nothing is ours, and everything is theirs, but that which is ours, which is and are theirs, and ours. Do not observe with intentions of knowing. Do not as we say, but as we do not. Observation is a journey, but truth is not its destination, except for when it has become such as to be our truth, which is under no authority to be constricted under previous mention, whereas observation has been made without knowing. We are everything, and we are nothing, as observed in now time, and before time which does not exist due to its observation. Intentions guarantee not knowing observations as they are intended to know. And certainty is observed to be uncertain, while it both exists and is uncertain with all, nothing, and singularity, which is everything and nothing.
so much. So you're all welcome to stick around. We have a talk back in a few minutes with the actors, musicians, dancers, and members of the creative team. So again, you're welcome to stick around, and that'll start in just a few minutes.